Hey yo, what is good YouTube? This game we're playing AKALI in the top lane against GNAR. This lane isn't too hard to play as long as you're able to stay relatively healthy in lane, and if you're able to trade with them then you'll have even a better time. Once you hit 6 and get Gunblade, you'll have a very easy time dealing with them, because if he jumps away then all you gotta do is use your R proc and follow him.
The truth.
Here unfortunately I'm overextending. I wasn't paying attention. It was around 3 minutes. It was getting close to 3 minutes. And that's when you normally get ganked in the top lane, and because of that I should have warded and stepped back, but because I didn't, all Kha'Zix did was walk up to me and killed me. Alright, so in this situation the best item to buy when you have a chance to buy is definitely cloth armor and then Seeker's arm guard, and then deciding on whether or not to build Zhonya's all at once or start on Gunblade depending on how the laning phase goes. So if I come back to lane with my cloth and this lane gets even harder, then I'll probably just buy the Zhonya's first, just because they have AD top and AD jungle, and if I get ganked, that Zhonya's to do very well. However, if I just start punishing this guy in lane, then I'll just finish off my Gunblade. And here, as you can see, I'm just poking him down in the lane and trying to hold out till my power spike comes. I'm actually doing fairly well in CS even though I got ganked, so that's good to see. Okay, so I'm back again, and this time I buy 3 cloth armors. The reason being is because I'm deciding that I want to buy tabbies. However, if this game goes on a bit later and we decide to team fight, and the team fights are bad, then I might have to grab Mercs instead, just for the Lulu and Nivea CC. However, as it's looking right now, it might be better just to have more armor. And because of the armor, GNAR can't really do anything to me. 3 cloth armors, he does negative damage. And if Kha'Zix comes, he'll do the same amount of damage, just nothing. Alright, so another thing to make sure you understand is that if GNAR is building magic resist, it's probably better for you to just build armor, because it'd be very hard to kill him if he's stacking a lot of MR, especially in his big form. But when he's in his small form, it should be easy to take fights with him. The range GNARs feels very weak, so if you're ever engaging, you can do that. Engage on him when he's small. Alrighty, so at this point in the game, GNAR has Hex Drinker, so it'll be very hard to kill him, especially in his thick form. So you want to just wait for him to either one, mess up a play and waste his abilities, or until he becomes small. Alright, so here he misses all of his abilities, but I can't engage because the minion wave is too big. If I engage, I'll be risking a lot of CS as well as risking a potential bad trade in a big minion wave. So I'm just going to clear it up before I try to fight him. On top of that, he has Hex Drinker, so it'll be very hard to take a fight. Luckily though, I am up a level, so that should aid me in trades. As you can see, when he's small form, he's very scared of me, and I can easily just burst him. Here I use W thinking he'll hop away, but he just doesn't hop, so I probably could have took the trade a bit further. Alright, so here I'm taking the fight against GNAR. His Hex Drinker pops, and I flash thinking that my Q wouldn't be enough to finish him off. But yeah, apparently my Q was enough to kill him, which was very surprising. I thought he would be like 1 HP. Alright, so luckily for me, this GNAR is building a lot of damage, especially when he's losing, which is a common mistake. When you're losing, you should be building tank stats, because if you're not building tank stats, then you're probably just gonna keep on dying in lane, unless your jungler decides to camp you the whole entire game, which is unlikely because there's a lot of lanes to take care of, and a lot of times when you're behind a lane, junglers, they don't want to come gank and waste your time. However, there are often times where junglers just come and try to help a dying lane, and they end up dying too. Alright, I decided to finish the Zhonya's after a little while, just because by the time I'm back, I had enough to buy full Zhonya's. So after getting top tower, I teleport bot for a free kill, a free double kill, just because they're quite overextended, and I'm pretty sure they fought our bot lane a little earlier, so they had no sums up. Just like that, it got me a free 2 kills. So when you're done pushing top lane, you want to farm other lanes, or you want to just roam. because there's no point staying top unless A, GNAR is shoving my wave very hard and I don't want to miss all the CS, or 2, my turret's about to drop, and neither was going on, so I just roamed. And by the time I go back top, the wave is there for me to farm, so I don't miss out too much, and GNAR doesn't get much either. Alright, so here I try to roam down the enemy's jungle. I do find the Kha'Zix. However, he uses his ultimate and gets out, so I don't end up killing him. But that does give pressure to our lanes now, so Kha'Zix will be having a harder time making an impact. Alrighty, so in this clip, after roaming a lot, I see that GNAR is quite overextended, and because of that, I engage on him. And here I do end up killing him, but I think I already died too. I do almost, however, get the Kha'Zix. Alright, here we're having a team fight. I decided to roam down and help my teammates, but they're having an easy time, I guess. Since the enemy team is a bit weak, Jax is quite strong. He's up 2 levels on Kha'Zix as well, so he does a lot of damage. So my team is able to dive their tier 2 right past their tier 1 and still be okay. So they're also quite ahead. The only people that are kind of scary are their ADC and mid laner, but if they die, then yeah, there's not much left for the enemy team to do. GNAR here, he shouldn't have went mid. He should have just stayed top, just because he couldn't. I don't think he could defend this either way. Level 10 or level 11 with magic resist, he won't be doing any damage. He's not that tanky either. If their Jinx or Jax gets on them, then they'll be doing a lot of damage. He could have took that time to farm, but I guess because the Herald was up, he got scared. Alright, so after going back and getting my items, I decided to split bot, as always, with my TP, and just TP in with my teammates whenever I need to. And if not, then I'll continuing to further my lead by farming. Alright, here I'm just going for a free kill on Lulu. But unfortunately it wasn't as free because this Kha'Zix trolled me by dropping a ward on the lantern. Alright, so a bit later on in the game we get Inferno Drake, which is quite good for us. After getting Inferno Drake, I decided to go bot to farm it up. So after getting Drake, I decided to go bot and just try to shove in the wave a bit more or farm it up. And here I actually end up catching the Kha'Zix. And keep in mind he's quite behind me, so even if he finds me isolated, he won't be killing me. Because A, he's down 2 kills, and 2, he doesn't have any magic resist. So taking a fight against me is kind of suicide. Alright, so right here my teammates are shoving top and they're putting a lot of pressure. And because of that, I decided to go take down mid and hit instead of going to help Jax, which I believe is the right decision. And because of that, we do get out. And I end up killing the Kha'Zix because he was too close to me. And immediately after that, we just clean up because we're so ahead. And they burn a lot of the CC while I was in Zhonya's. Luckily the Jinx was with me and she just cleaned everyone up. So I decided to just keep building AP. After getting my Leandries, I just started my Void Staff to completely destroy them. And the reason is, I'm already tanky enough with my Zhonya's and HP for my Leandries that I don't really care. Here Kha'Zix is overextended, he's down 3 levels, so the second I get on him, he's dead. I also have Red Buff, which does a lot of damage and has a nice slow on it. After Kha'Zix dies, we get a free Baron, because they have no smite, and they can't really contest, because they're all behind. After getting a free Baron, I tell my teammates I'm gonna split bot, and if anything happens, then I'll be there to TP in. And it seems like they don't need me, so I just keep on pushing the bot turrets. Eventually they come down and help me push. Alright, so my Jax stays and he dies, but I do end up getting a kill out of it. Here we could have backed and just wait for everyone to regroup and slowly push in these supers, but since I'm so strong, I can stay in their base by myself and not really worry much. Because I have 2 levels on their highest level. Now it'll take at least 2 or 3 people to kill me. I back here and then decided to TP in just to get some items. Got my void staff here and my pot, so they're about to go to sleep the second I come in. Honestly, Jinx and I 2v5 should be enough to beat the enemy team. Here we insta-kill Anivia. And then slowly shove the minions in. There's no need to like dive them. But if GNAR overextends like that, then we'll go for the kill. And then just kill all of them one by one. Alright, instead of deciding to chase Kha'Zix, I think my KDA is looking already quite well. So I decided to just push down the turret. And because of that, it's game over. Enemy team surrenders. And that's how you play Kha'Zix. I mean, AKALI against GNAR in the top lane.